Introducing Mr. Money.
Send your money
instantly.
Top up your airtime
Instantly.
Pay your bills
Instantly.
Airtel money
Instantly. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Money.
Send your money
Instantly.
Top up your airtime
Instantly.
Pay your bills
Instantly.
Airtel money
Instantly.
Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money
Instantly.
Top up your airtime
Instantly.
Pay your bills
Instantly.
Airtel money
Instantly.
Hi, I am Mr. Money and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Your jungle.
Warm welcome to Prime TV main news. The headlines. MISA Zambia bemoans the harsh environment under which journalists work. MMD dissolves structures to help reorganize and strengthen the party. Zambia police and ZRA officers invade the Post newspaper in Lusaka. And in foreign news, Ebola contained in Senegal and Nigeria. These and many more interesting stories right after this. With the details, my name is Daniel Tonga. Media Institute of Southern Africa, MISA Zambia, has bemoaned the condition and environment under which journalists work in the country. MISA Zambia chairperson Helen Mwale says journalists are working under horrible conditions and this has made their work difficult. She says it is sad that there are many cases in which journalists are beaten, harassed and barred from covering certain events. Ms. Mwale was speaking during Prime Daybreak program on Prime TV in Lusaka. She has wondered how journalists will cover other functions when they have continued being attacked by some political cadres.
Government has sidelined the private media, and I think they think we are hostile media when we are not. It is this type of behavior that is making people speculate, that promotes an unnecessary, unprofessional, way of handling stories. If I was there, or Martha, as you are putting it, you were bad. We were in the Kaunda era, the Chiluba era, Mwanawasa era, Arabi era, But when we compare with the 3 years that the PF has been in office, it's really getting to extremes. It's for the first time that we have the media being barred from covering President Sata in the chamber, or in the press gallery, I should put it. The apology from the Vice President, I don't think it's serious. Okay. He needs to put that in writing if he's serious.
And the way forward? The
way forward, what MISA has done is we've decided to take the matter to court. Because we believe this is not the only situation that journalists will be barred.
Meanwhile, private media institutions have been urged to be responsible in reporting issue-based stories. Information Minister and Chief Government Spokesperson Dr. Joseph Katema says the media needs to uphold professionalism so that it contributes to national development. Dr. Katema was speaking at the launch of the first and second quarter of the MISA report on the state of the media in Lusaka. He says the public media has been given its own editorial agenda so as to encourage competition between the public and the private media. Dr. Katema has since assured the media of the government's commitment in enacting the Access to Information Bill.
In the wake of controversial blocking of private media journalists from covering President Michael Sata's ceremonial opening of Parliament last Friday, the Media Institute of Southern Africa, MISA Zambia, has launched a State of the Media report. MISA chairperson Helen Mwale, in her speech, requested the Minister of Information to attend to the issues raised in the State of the Media's first and second quarters reports. MISA report compiled by media consultant Chris Chilwa of 2014 on page 7 reports that the country has witnessed continued harassment of practitioners and media houses.
It should also address the violence, verbal attacks and censorship against the media by various people, which include political party cadres, police and district commissioners. As the government undertakes this awareness, we call on it to ensure that the media diversity still maintain to be forced to start queuing up at either ZNBC or one private signal carrier to air their programming. This will jeopardize media freedom and the right to freedom of expression. In the same vein, it is our hope that the President will start to host press briefings or press conferences to avail the people of Zambia the direction the country is taking.
But Minister of Information and Broadcasting Services, Dr. Joseph Katema, has told MISA executive members, Independent Broadcasting Authority IBA, and journalists at the launch at MISA office in Lusaka that media freedom has grown in leaps and bounds since the Patriotic Front government came into office 3 years ago. He says government is deeply concerned about the conduct of some media who are using the social media and other online platforms to insult and malign their fellow citizens with impunity.
These and other interventions by MISA are key in cultivating a fertile environment for the growth of a free, professional and responsible media, which is a prerequisite for sustainable social and economic development. Media freedom has grown in leaps and bounds since the Patriotic Front government came into office 3 years ago. In line with its manifesto, government has and continues to implement wide-ranging measures to professionalize the media so that it contributes meaningfully to the national development.
The report on its conclusions and recommendations calls for the urgent and holistic measures to address the harassment of media practitioners and media houses. Martha Namanje, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
Thank you very much, Martha Namanje, for that interesting report. Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, MMD, has dissolved some provincial, district and constituency structures to help reorganize and strengthen the party. MMD National Secretary Muhabi Lungu says the dissolution of some structures is also as a result of disloyalty from some party members. Mr. Lungu says some affected party structures are executive committees in the Copper Belt, Western and Northwestern provinces. Speaking during a press briefing in Lusaka, Mr. Lungu says some other structures affected are in Central and Luapula provinces. He says the action follows a directive resulting from the loss of the Mangango by-election and 21 wards in which MMD took part.
We have opened up the process and all who are interested can apply for consideration. All of those who have previously been adopted or had applied are welcome to make fresh applications. If any district in regards to these three will interfere in this process of readoption, state disciplinary measures will be executed and they will be executed swiftly. The reasons for these changes are varied. Some have to do with complacency of the structures, others have to do with dishonesty and disloyalty, and others with just lack of commitment to the ideals of the party. To belong to a political organization is an individual's choice, and everyone has a right to exercise that choice. We, the holders and preservers of the constitution of the MMD, cannot be afraid to make decisions which are painful simply because some people refuse to comply with directives of the party. Nor are we unprepared to make the necessary adjustments and sacrifices for the benefit of the party.
Meanwhile, Mr. Lungu has announced that the 7 members of the National Executive Committee are yet to be disciplined and are only members of the party on paper. Mr. Lungu adds that the party will soon have a discussion with the members to know the way forward. He says the party will need to understand whether the 7 members are interested in the party. Mr. Lungu says the 7 executive members have stayed away from the party activities for some time when they are not supposed to miss the meetings.
You will have noted that no action has been taken towards some National Executive Committee members who are members only on paper. Some of these NEC members have missed 3 consecutive Executive Committee meetings without explanation. In accordance with our party constitution, these members can be removed from the NEC on that basis alone. Some members of the NEC have been asked on countless number of times to help in party activities and especially in assisting in the by-elections campaign. Excuses are the order of the day, so that at this particular time, the same committed members that are always involved in committing themselves to the party activities are the only ones who always go.
We take our first break. Join us for more interesting stories right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Money.
Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay your water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.
Girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Welcome back. We'll continue with the news. A combined team of police and Zambia Revenue Authority officers raided the Post newspaper in an act linked to the company's outstanding tax payments. The operation started around 10 hours and the officers were still around at about 15 hours. The Post newspaper allegedly owes the Zambian government more than 8 million kwacha in taxes, which have been outstanding since 2011, according to ZRA Taxpayer Compliance Report. Post Newspaper Limited had accumulated huge sums of money in income tax, pay-as-you-earn, and value-added tax. The Zambia National Farmers Union has observed that the rising cost of production and low producer prices are constraints to potential growth of commodity production in the country. ZNFU President Evelyn Nguluka says farmers are willing to produce enough to feed the nation and export, but are being strained by high production costs. Dr. Nguleka says with the total area under wheat for the 2013-2014 season indicates that 2,662 hectares of wheat is stressed. She was speaking during the Post-Agriculture Production Survey results and wheat production estimates. Dr. Nguleka has since called on government to consider reducing the cost of production if farmers are to contribute to economic development.
For more than 50 years, farmers have been tirelessly working on improving their art of production. They too, however, need to make a profit and survive. The total area under wheat for the year 2013-2014 season has been estimated at 41,417.8 hectares, with indicated that 2,662 hectares of wheat is stressed. We therefore expect a wheat production of about 294,283.8 metric tons at a national average yield of 7.25 tons per hectare for wheat crop that is growing normally.
United Party for National Development UPND leader Hakainde Hichilema says reports about the PF government failing to pay farmers in some parts of the country that supplied maize and rice to Food Reserve Agency FRA are frustrating. Mr. Hichilema says it is painful to hear complaints from farmers not being paid long after they supplied their produce. He says the PF spent a lot of money in Mangango by-elections, the money that was subjected to pay farmers across the country. He has further urged the Patriotic Front government to prioritize farming and immediately pay farmers that supplied to FRA without further. We are taking our second break. Join us for more after this.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Welcome back, and now in foreign news. The World Health Organization has said the Ebola epidemic that killed 2,811 in West Africa has been contained in Senegal and Nigeria. The UN Health Agency said on Monday that Senegal had not reported any new cases of the virus since the first case was reported on August 29th, while the last case reported in Nigeria was on September 8th. The incubation period for Ebola is 21 days, and double that time must pass without any new cases arising before a country can be deemed transmission-free. Both Senegal and Nigeria implemented strict measures to isolate the ill and track down further possible cases. Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone have failed to impose such measures, allowing the disease to take hold. And finally, thousands of people took to the streets of New York to block Wall Street a day after the city saw the largest march of its kind protesting against climate change. At least 100 protesters were arrested as they tried to get through police barricades on Monday, as 3,000 people tried to flood Wall Street and create what organizers said was a rising sea of people to take radical action. The protest came a day after an estimated 300,000 people marched in New York calling for urgent action on climate change ahead of a UN General Assembly meeting in the city. The demonstration began in the late morning and was unauthorized, with organizers preparing the demonstrators for possibility that they would be arrested. For these and other stories, we monitored Al Jazeera.
For the first time, the United States has carried out air and missile strikes in Syria. It's targeting fighters from ISIL, the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant. The US led a military coalition of 5 Arab nations, including Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Jordan, the UAE and Qatar. And these pictures claim to show the aftermath of one of the airstrikes. In Idlib, in the west of Syria, fighters from the opposition Nusra Front are said to be among the dead there. A spokesman for the US Defense Department said it had no indication so far that any civilians were killed in the operations, but added that assessments were underway. The US says that they were planning attacks against Western targets, including the US. A short while ago, President Obama outlined the strategy to counter threats to America.
Last night, we also took strikes to disrupt plotting against the United States and our allies by seasoned al-Qaeda operatives in Syria who are known as the Khorasan Group. And once again, it must be clear to anyone who would plot against America and try to do Americans harm that we will not tolerate safe havens for terrorists who threaten our people.
France says that it won't be deterred from fighting ISIL after one of its citizens was taken hostage in Algeria. He was taken by a group claiming allegiance to ISIL and was then filmed calling on France to stop fighting the group. Yemen's president is promising to restore state authority after Houthi rebels took control of several government buildings in the capital Sana'a. Houthi rebels have been celebrating the gains that they've made and have raided the homes of key political and tribal figures. A peace deal was signed on Sunday between the government and the Houthis. A court in China has imposed a life sentence on an outspoken scholar who fought for the rights of the Uyghur minority. Ilham Tohti's conviction for the crime of separatism is the most severe penalty anyone in China has received for this particular crime in a decade. Israel has shot dead 2 Palestinians in a raid in Hebron. It accused them of abducting 3 teenage settlers in June. Israel says the 2 men were linked to Hamas.
And as we end the news, we take a look at what made the headlines. Misa Zambia bemoans the harsh environment under which journalists work. MMD dissolves structures to help reorganize and strengthen the party. Zambia police and ZRA officers invade the Post newspaper in Lusaka. And in foreign news, Ebola contained in Senegal and Nigeria. And that's just about what we had on the news. This has been Daniel Tonga. Bye-bye for now.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Money.
Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Send your money instantly. Safety is guaranteed. It don't matter how far it is. It reaches safe and quickly. Pay water bills immediately. And also pay for DSTV. Or top up airtime real quickly. Send your money instantly. Top up your airtime instantly. Pay your bills instantly. Airtel Money instantly. Hi, I am Mr. Money, and I bring you Airtel Money, the fastest, safest way to send money, pay bills, top up, and more. With Airtel Money, you can do more instantly.
Airtel Money. Simple, secure, instant.